everyone. I am Angel Artensio from STEM 11 Year 1-8. Today, I'm going to talk about conic section parabola.
So, let's talk about the conic section parabola. A parabola is used to model the main span of the San Juanico Bridge. The parabolic or arc-shaped support on the main span of the bridge helps maximize its strength to withstand the mechanical resonance and aeroelastic flutter. It is brought by about the heavy vehicles and passing winds. So in this lesson, we will study the standard parabolas that are horizontal, left or right, and vertical, upward and downward. These are the parts of parabola. In horizontal, the open here is left or right, and while on the vertical, it is upward and downward. So these are the parts in parabola. Number 1 is vertex. It is a point where it is V or the center of the parabola. The H and K is the center. Yes, the center. And the definition is if the parabola opens upward, then the vertex is the lowest point. And if the parabola opens downward, then the vertex is the highest point. Next is directrix. It is a line. The line that is P units directly away from the vertex. So next is focus. So a focus is a point. A point inside the parabola that is P units away from the vertex. Next is the axis of symmetry. It is a line. The line that divides the parabola into two parts that mirror images from each other. Next is latus rectum. It is a line, segment, or points. A line segment passes through the focus and is perpendicular to the axis of symmetry and has endpoints on the curve. So, these are the formulas used in horizontal equation. So, sa opens, para malaman natin if yung equation na binigay sa atin is to the right ba or to the left, makikita natin yan sa binigay sa atin na problem. So, example is yung nasa equation na nandyan. Yung formula na nandyan is, yung nasa taas, yung unang formula is positive yung 4p. So, kapag positive daw yung 4p, ibig sabihin nun, to the right yung open. And kapag negative 4p, ibig sabihin is to the left na yun. So, ganun lang siya kadali para malaman. So, sa focus naman, gagamitin natin yung H plus P and K kung to the right yung equation. And H minus P and K naman kapag to the left. So, sa directrix naman, X equals H minus P kapag to the right yung equation. And X equals H plus P naman kapag to the left. So, sa axis of symmetry, same lang sila. Walang nabago. So, Y equals K. Pareha sila sa to the right and to the left. So, sa latus rectum, wala, nabago lang is yung symbol. Sa to the right, positive yung ginamit sa H plus P. And sa to the left, na bago lang is naging minus. So, nag-subtract na sila. So, here are the examples or questions that we need to answer. So, number 1 is determine the opening, general form, vertex, focus, P units, directrix, axis of symmetry, the endpoints, and length of latus rectum by using that equation below. And next is determine the opening general form, focus, vertex, P units, directrix, axis of symmetry, the endpoints, and the length of latus rectum. So by using the equations below then. So let's solve the following examples.
So to determine the opening of this equation, we're going to look at the given. So it is negative 6. As you can see, it is negative. So here are the formulas na recent na discuss ko. So kapag negative 4p, it opens to the left. And kapag positive 4p, it opens to the right. So basically, the equation number 1 is it opens to the left. So to find the general form of this equation, we're going to write down the given. So like that. Since may squared part dito sa left side, we're going to expand this one. So easy. So we're going to multiply both sides. Y times y, y squared. Y times 2 is 2y. And 2 times y, 2 times y is 2y also. And 2 times 2 is 4. So equal. So here sa left side naman is sa right side, negative 6 times x is negative 6x. And negative 6 times negative 4 is positive 24. So ayan. Aayusin natin siya. We're going to ililipat po natin yung negative 6x sa loob. So magiging equal siya. So y squared plus 2y plus 2y is 4y. And 4. And ipasok natin yung negative 6x here. So, magiging positive 6x ay magiging negative 24. So, easy as that po. So, arrange natin siya ng susundan na formula. So, ito yun. So, ayan. So, since wala tayong x squared, magsistart tayo sa letter C. So, magiging y squared plus 6x since 6. And 4y, which is EY, and the F, which is the 4, and the negative 24. So, ngayon, ang magiging sagot po natin dyan, if i-arrange natin siya ng final, is ganito. So, ayan. Ito yung A, ito yung C, ito yung A, ito yung C, ito yung D, ito yung E, ito yung F. So, equal 0. So, ganun na po siya kadali. Ito po yung general form natin. The vertex. So, paano nga ba natin mahanap yung vertex? So, to find the vertex, we're just going to look at the equation or the given. So, here, we're going to write down the formula, given, and we're going to write down the formula. So, ito po yung formula natin to the right, ay to the left. So, since C4 is nakatutok sa H, that means siya yung vertex natin sa H. Pero, ang thing po kasi dyan, magkakapalitan ng sign si K and si H. So, magiging positive si 4 and yung K natin is magiging negative. So, eto na po yung vertex natin. So, to find the P units, we're going to look at the 4P. So, since this part is negative 4P, so we're going to write down negative 4P equals 6. Negative 6. So, to cancel out to cancel out the 4 here in the 4P, we're going to divide both sides by negative 4. So, CCS that, we're going to plus P, and if we're going to divide negative 6 over negative 4, it will be 3 over 2. So, we're done with the P unit, so let's go to the focus. So, to find the focus, we're going to use the equation H plus P and Oh no, it's wrong. H minus P pala. H minus P and K. Since to the left yung equation na yung given na binigay sa atin. So, to write it down, H is 4 and the P is 3/2, comma, and K negative 2. So, 4 minus 3 negative 2 is 5/2. And bring down the 2. So, that will be the answer for our focus. So, to determine the directrix, we're going to use the formula x equals h plus p. So, our h is 4 and our p is 3/2. So, if we're going to solve that, it will be 11/2. So, this is our the answer. So, let's solve for the axis of symmetry. So, this is the easiest part kasi same lang naman ng formula ang to the left and to the right. And isa lang, hindi naman po plus. So, yung k natin is negative 2. So, this is the answer. Let's find the latus and the rectum. So, the formula for the latus is h minus p, k, positive 2p, and for this one is h minus p and k minus 2p. So, let's solve. So, our h is 4 minus 3/2, and our k is negative 2 plus 2, and our p is 3/2. So, ganyan. And here will be 4 minus 3/2, and negative 2 minus 2, and 3/2. So, ayan. So, 4 minus 3/2 is 5/2. And negative 2 times, negative 2 plus 2 times 3/2 is 1. The answer is 1. If you're going to solve it na direct lang solve din, 1 ang sagot. So here, ang answer is 5/2, and it will be, calculator, it will be negative 5. So, ito yung latus natin, and this will be a rectum. So, to solve for the length of the latus and rectum, we're going to use this formula since this is for the latus. So, positive and negative, 4 times RP, which is 3/2, it will be 6 units. So, ayan po yung mga answer sa, dinetermine natin.
And next is determine the opening general form, focus, vertex, p-units, directrix, axis of symmetry, the endpoints, and the length of latus rectum. So, by using the equations below then. So, let's solve the following examples.
We have example number 2. So, we have to determine if the opens is to the left or to the right. So, basically, this part is our 4p. And the 4p is positive. So, basically, this is to the right. So, it opens to the right. So, it opens to the right. So, to determine our general form, we're going to write down the equation. Y squared. So, para ma-cancel out natin yung 2 and ma-bring down natin is yung y squared, we're going to divide both sides by 2. Cancel out the 2 and y squared, bring down, equals 32x/2 is 16x. So, if line na yung lalabas, ililipat lang po natin yung 16x sa loob. So, it will be y squared minus 16x equals 0. So, this will be our general form. So, our general form is y squared plus and minus 16x equals 0. So, let's solve for the vertex. So, let's solve for the vertex. So, to identify the vertex of this equation, we're going to write down the given again. So, as you can see, the y here and the x, wala silang value. So, it means nasa origin yung vertex natin. origin means 0 over 0. This is the h and this is the k. So, ito po yung magiging vertex natin. So, to find the p units of this equation, we have to simplify this first sa ginawa natin kanina na general form. So, it is y squared equals 16x. So, ito po yung gagamitin natin throughout the solving. So, to find the p units, so since our 4p here is 16, so 4p equals 16. So, to cancel out the 4, we're going to divide it by 4. So, p equals 16 over 4 is 4. So, this would be our p units. Now, to find the focus of this equation, the formula that we'll be using is this one. Since ito po ay to the right yung open niya. So, h plus p and k. So, our h is 0 and our p is 4. And our k is 0. So, easy as that. 0 plus 4 is 4. And bring down to 0. So, this would be our focus. So, our focus is 4 and 0. So, to find the directrix of this equation, we're going to use the formula x equals h minus p, since this is to the right. So, our h would be 0, and our p would be 4. So, h equals negative 4. So, to determine the directrix of this given, we're going to use the formula x equals h minus p, since this is to the right. So, our h is 0 and minus p, which is 4. So, our x is negative 4. So, this would be our answer. Directrix is x equals negative 4. So, to find the axis of symmetry of this one, we'll be using the same formula for left and right, which is y equals k. So, our y is 0, so this would be our answer. So, the answer for our axis of symmetry is y equals 0. So, to solve for the endpoints of latus rectum, we're going to write down so, the formula sa latus is h plus p, k positive, and here would be h plus p, and k minus 2p. So, ayan. So, i-solve na natin. The h would be 0, plus p is 4, the k is 0, plus 2, and our p is 4, and here, our h is 0, and our p is 4, and our k is 0 again, and minus 2, and the 4. So, ayan. So, 0 plus 4 is 4, and 0 plus 2 times 4 is 8. So, here, 0 plus 4 is 4, and 0 minus 2 times 4 is negative 8. So, this would be our rectum, and this will be our latus. To solve for the length of the latus rectum, we're going to use this formula po. So, our P is 4, so we're going to times 4 times 4 is 16. So, basically, our units is 16 units. So, we have 16 units. Answers for, so, ayan po yung mga answers sa dinetermine natin kanina.
So, ganun lang po siya ka-easy. So, moving forward, we're going to talk about the vertical equation. So, here, malaki yung pinagbago. I mean, hindi siya ganun kalaki, pero makikita natin yung differences sa mga formula. So, yung sa equation, ang nabago is nabaliktad. Diba? Nung sa horizontal, y minus k or y plus k ang nauuna. Ngayon naman po sa vertical, x naman po yung nauuna. So, ma-identify agad po natin yan kung vertical or horizontal yung isang equation kapag, kunwari, yung horizontal, ma-identify natin na yung equation ay horizontal kapag ang nauuna is y. Pero kapag vertical po, ma-identify po natin ito kapag nauuna is x. So, ayan po yung differences ng vertical and horizontal. So, same lang po sila para ma-identify yung opening nila. So, kapag upward po, para lang siyang to the right. Kapag upward is positive 4p. And kapag downward, negative 4p. So, same lang po sila sa to the right and to the left. So, the focus naman po is hindi na natin ipag-plus si h and p. So, ang magiging formula na is h and k plus p. So, si k and p naman po yung ipagpa-plus natin kapag upward. And kapag downward naman po, k minus p naman po. So, sa directrix naman, ang ipagpa-plus naman natin ay si k and p. So, mali. Kapag upward po, ang gagamitin po nating formula sa directrix is y equals k minus p. And kapag downward naman po, we're going to plus k and p. So, sa axis of symmetry, is same lang. Pero, last time, ang ginamit natin is k, hindi yung h. So, x equals k. Or maybe, tama. So, sa latus rectum, ang naiba lang is, ang formula is sa h plus positive and negative 2p na. Nasa harap na yung magiging dalawa na yung kumbaga positive and negative na sa h, sa between h and 2p. Hindi na siya sa between ng k and 2p. Sa h na siya. So, ayun lang po yung pinagkaiba nila. So, sa latus po, kapag downward, k minus p po. Ayun lang po yung tatandaan natin. Kapag upward po, sa latus, k plus p. So, ayun lang po. We have two examples to answer. So, the first is, we're going to determine the opening, the general form, the vertex, the focus, the p units, the directrix, the axis of symmetry, the endpoints, and length of the latus rectum. So, the equation below, we're going to use that. And the next one is determine the opening, the general form, the vertex, and etc. So, we're going to use that equation below. So, let's solve the following problems.
So, para ma-determine po natin yung opening ng isang given, we have to look at the 4p. So, ang 4p po natin dito is yung 16. So, ang pinagkaiba lang po, para ma-determine yung 4p, yung opening is hindi na siya to the right or to the left. So, kapag vertical na po, upward and downward. So, ayan. So, kapag upward, 4p lang. Positive 4p. And kapag downward, negative 4p. So, basically, our open here is upward kasi positive 16 siya. So, ganun lang po siya kadali. Upward. To solve for the general form, we will write down the given. So, ayan. Since, naka-base na po siya sa ganito, sa formula natin na ax squared plus c squared. So, ayan. Ang magiging ano po natin dyan is, ipapasok lang natin si 16 sa loob. So, magiging ganito po yung answer. So, ganyan. Ayan na po yung mismong general form natin. So, to solve for the vertex po, we're going to find identify kung ano yung value ng h and k. So, since here, wala pong value yung y and k na, yung y and x natin. So, basically, pag ni-write down po natin yan, magiging ganito siya. So, ayan. Kapag ni-write down naman po natin yung formula, makikita po natin na agad yung value ng h and k. So, ayan. So, yung k po natin is 0, and yung h po natin is 0. So, which means, nasa origin po yung vertex natin. So, our vertex is 0 and 0. Now, to find the p units of this one, we have to identify the p, or the 4p of this equation. So, since 16 is yung 4p natin, and positive siya, so we will write down this one, 4p, and the 16. So, para po ma-cancel out natin yung 4, we'll have to divide both sides by 4. So, basically, 4 cancel out, p equals 16 over 14 is 4. So, our p units is 4 units. So, our p is 4. So, to find the focus, we're going to use the formula h and k plus p. Kasi po, upward po yung given sa atin. So, we're going to use the upward formula. So, h would be 0, comma, k would be 0 also, and the p is 4. So, yung focus po natin is magiging 0, bring down, and 0 plus 4 is 4. So, ito po yung focus natin. So, our focus is 0 and 4. So, to find the directrix of this given, we're going to use the y equals k minus p. Since upward po yung given sa atin, so we're going to use the upward formula. So, here, our k is 0 and our p is 4. So, basically, our answer for this is negative 4. So, ito po yung directrix natin. So, our directrix is y equals negative 4. So, to find the axis of symmetry, we're going to use the formula x and h. So, our h would be 0. So, this was the answer for our axis of symmetry. So, our axis of symmetry is x equals 0. So, let's find the endpoints of the latus and rectum. So, this would be the latus, and here would be the rectum. So, our equation, our formula would be h plus 2p and k plus p. And our formula in the rectum would be h minus 2p and k plus p. So, let's write down i-solve natin. So, yung h is 0 plus. So, isolve po natin. So, h is 0 plus 2, and yung p natin is 4. And yung k natin is 0, and yung p natin is 4. So, sa rectum naman, ang h natin is 0, minus 2, and yung p natin na 4. And k natin na 0, and 4 natin is 0. So, ayan. We're going to solve this first kasi may comma siya. So, ito lang yung magiging natin. So, 0 plus 2 times 4 is 8. And 0 plus 4 is 4. And 0 minus 2 times 4 is negative 8. And 0 plus 4 is 4. So, ito po yung endpoints natin for latus rectum. So, to solve for the length of the latus rectum, we're going to use this formula po. So, our 4p, so our 4, so we're going to use this formula. So, to solve for the length of the latus rectum, we're going to use this formula. So, positive and negative, 4, and our p, which is 4 then, so, 16 units. So, ayan po yung mga answers na dinetermine natin kanina. So, let's move sa example number 2, sa vertical. So, para ma-determine natin yung opening ng given, ito po yung 4p, as usual, yan sa gitna. since positive po yan, ang nagiging opening po natin is upward. Now, to solve for the general form of this equation, we're going to write down the given. So, ayan. Since sa left side po ay naka-squared po siya, so we're going to expand po. So, ayan. So, we have to multiply both sides. So, x times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. And 4 times x is 4x. And 4 times 4 is 16. So, ayan. Now, let's solve for the right side, which is 12 times y is 12y, and 12 times 6 is 72. So, kailangan po natin siyang i-arrange. So, magiging x squared plus 4x plus 4x is 8x and 16. So, kailangan po natin mapasok yung 12y dito sa loob. So, magiging negative 12y minus 72. Positive po pala. So, magiging positive po siya. So, equals 0. So, para ma-arrange po natin siya, ang gagawin po lang natin is x squared plus 8x plus 12y and plus 16 minus 72. So, the final arrangement po will be x squared So, the final arrangement po is x squared plus 8x plus 12y minus 56. Kasi 16 minus 72 is negative 56. So, our general form is this. So, ayan. So, to find the vertex, the h and k, we're going to find the value of h and k. So, we have to write down the given. So, ayan. And also, to find the value of h and k, we have to write down the formula. So, ayan. Same rule lang po sa horizontal, magkakapalit po ng sign yung k and h. So, yung h natin is magiging negative 4. And yung k natin is magiging positive 6. So, ayan po yung sagot. So, our vertex is negative 4 and 6. Now, to solve for the p units, we have to write down 4p since positive 4p po ito and equals 12. So, to cancel out the 4, we have to divide both sides by 4 and p, 12 over 4 will be 3. So, this is our p unit. So, our p is positive 3. So, to find the focus, we have to write down first the p here. So, our focus is so the formula that we'll be using sa focus is yung upward, which is yung h, k plus p. So, ayan. Yung h natin is negative 4, and yung k natin is 6, and yung p natin is 3. So, bring down the 4, and 6 plus 3 is 9. So, this will be our focus. So, ang focus natin ay negative 4 and 9. So, to find the directrix of this equation, we have to use the formula y equals j minus p. So, our k is 6 and our p is 3, so it will be 3. So, our directrix is y. So, yung directrix natin is 3. So, to solve for the axis of symmetry, we will be using x and h. So, basically, our h is negative 4. So, this is our axis of symmetry. So to find the latus rectum or the endpoints, we will use the formula h plus 2 p and k plus p. And here h minus 2p and k plus p. So our h is negative 4 and plus 2, and our p would be 3. And our k is 6 and our p is 3. So sa kabila naman po sa rectum, our h is negative 4 minus 2 and our p is 3. And our k, 6 plus p, 3. So to solve this, the answer is 2. Kasi negative 4 plus 2 times 3 is, which is 2 times 3 is 6, and negative 4, so negative 4 plus 6 is 2. So 6 plus 3 is 9. Here, ang sagot po is negative 4 minus negative 4 minus 2 times 3 is 10. Negative 10. So 6 plus 3 is 9. So this would be our endpoints for rectum, and this would be the endpoints for latus. So to solve for the length of the latus and rectum, we're going to use this formula as usual. So our P is 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So we have 12 units in latus. So ganun lang po siya kadali. Mahaba lang po yung proseso, pero kapag nagets niyo po yung mga formula is mabilis niyo na lang po siyang masasagutan. So I hope po na nagets niyo yung way of solving, and sana po is ma-apply niyo po siya sa site niyo.
So I made the 3 examples here and try to solve it by yourself.
So now, we're going to answer the following, give following examples. So let's determine the opening. So as usual, this is our 4p, and our 4p is negative, and our given is vertical. And dalawa lang yung choices natin, which is upward and downward. And as you can see, negative siya, so this is downward. So now let's find the general form of the given. So to find the general form, we're going to write down the given. And as usual, if may naka-squared na part, we're going to expand. And we're going to multiply both sides. So x times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. And 3x. And 3 times 3 is 9. So here, negative 32 times y is negative 32y. And negative 32 times negative 4 is positive 128. So we have the we have them all now, pero we're going to arrange x squared plus 3x plus 3x 6x plus 9 and equals so negative 32y plus 128. So ayos ulit natin siya, pero ipapasok na natin itong 32 sa loob. So, kaya siya naging positive kasi nilipat natin siya sa loob. And naging negative to kasi nalipat rin siya. So, let's try to arrange it na. Final, arrange siya. So, ganyan. This will be our general form. So, ayan po yung general form natin. So now, we're going to find the vertex. To find the vertex, we're going to write down the given, or maybe just look at here na. So, basically, this is K, and this is H. So, magkakapalit lang po ng sign. Kung si H is positive, magiging negative 3. And eto naman, yung K, magiging positive. So, this is our general vertex po. So now, let's solve for the P units. So to find our P units, so it is automatically that this is R for P. Since R for P is negative, so we will put here negative for P equals negative 32. So to cancel out the 4, basically we're going to bring down, we're going to divide both sides by negative 4. So our P is, if you're going to divide negative 32 over 4, it will be 8. So our P units is 8. Now, to find the directrix, we will use the formula y equals k plus p, since number. So, our k is 4 and our p is 8. So, our answer is 12. So, this will be our directrix. So, now let's find the axis of symmetry. So, to find the axis of symmetry, we're going to use the following formula, h. So, our h basically is negative 3, so that would be the answer. So, now to find the latus and the rectum, so the formula that we'll be using is h plus 2p and k minus p. And here, h minus 2p and k minus p. So basically, our h is negative 3 plus 2, and our p, 8. And our k is 4, negative 8, and minus, and p, which is 8. And here, our h is negative 3 minus 2, and our p, 8, k, 4, and 8. So to answer this one is negative 3 plus 2 times 8 is 13. Bakit siya naging 13? Kasi 2 times 8 is 16. And 16 minus 3, or basically plus negative 3 is 13. And here, 4 minus 8 is negative 4. So the answer here would be negative 19. And the answer here is negative 4. So ito po yung latus and this is the rectum. Find the length of the latus rectum. We're going to use positive, negative, 4p. So our p here is the 8. So 4 times 8 is so the length of our LR is 32 units. So if kung ganyan yung sagot nyo, it means tama po yung ginawa nyong solving and tama po yung mga answers. Example number 2. So to determine the opening, we have to determine first if the given is vertical or horizontal. So sa formula po natin, kapag nauna yung y, ibig sabihin po nun is horizontal. And kapag nauna naman po yung x, which is, kunwari here, nauna po yung y, ibig sabihin po niyan, horizontal yung given. And kapag nauna po yung x, ibig sabihin po nun is vertical yan. So since horizontal po yan, and positive po yung 4p natin, so this would be to the right. To the right po yung open natin. Now, to solve for the general form, we will have to write down the given. So, ayan. So, since my squared dyan, so we're going to expand. And multiply y times y squared, y times 4, 4y, 4 times y, 4y, 4 times 4 is 16. So 16 times x is 16x. And 16 times negative 2 is negative 32. So, basically, nakuha na natin yung na-expand na natin siya. So, isi-simplify na po natin siya. So, y squared plus 4y plus 4y is 8y. 16, and kailangan po natin ipasok si 16x na equal, so magiging negative 16x siya, and magiging positive 33. So, isimplify po ulit natin. So, y squared plus 8y minus 16x plus 16 plus 32. So, ayan po. So, the final answer will be y squared plus 8y minus 16x plus 48. So, ito po yung general form natin. Now, to find the vertex, we have to write down like, no, we don't have to write down the equations to be honest. So, this one would be our h and this would be our k. So, our h is negative 2. Since may rule po tayo na pagpapalitin natin yung sign ng h and k. So, the h would be the positive 2 and the k would be negative 4. So, this is our vertex po. So, to find the p units of the equation, we will find the 4p. So, basically, our 4p is here, 16. And we will write, since positive po yan, we will write down 4p equals 16. And para makancel out natin yung 4, we're going to divide both sides by 4. And cancel 4, p equals 16 divided by 4 is 4. So, we have, so to find the focus, we're going to use the formula h plus p and k. So, baka isipin nyo na nanghula po ako ng formula, hindi po. Para mahanap niyo po yung formula, punta po kayo dun sa table na binigay ko po. Pag vertical or pag horizontal po yung equation na binigay sa inyo, dun po kayo titingin sa binigay ko na table or yung mga formula. And kapag vertical po, tingin na lang po kayo dun sa formula ng yung sa table po ng vertical. So, going back, so our h would be 2 and our p would be 4 and our k is negative 4. So 2 plus 4 is 6 and bring down negative 4 kasi wala naman siyang i-solve. So this would be our focus. So to solve for the directrix, ang gagamitin po natin formula is x equals h minus p. So our h is 2 and our p is 4. So our answer is negative 4. I mean, negative 2. And we answer that x equals minus 2. So, to find the axis of symmetry, we're going to use the formula y equals k. So, basically, our k is negative 4, so negative 4 is our axis of symmetry. So, to find the endpoints of latus and rectum, so the formula that we will use is h plus p and k plus 2p. And ayan, so dito po, gagamitin natin sa rectum is h plus p and k minus 2p. So, our h is 2, and yung p natin is 4. So, yung k natin is negative 4 plus 2, and yung p natin is yung 4. So, ganyan po siya gagawin. And sa h natin is 2, p is 4, and our k, negative 4, minus 2, and our p is 4. So, ayan. So, let's solve for the following po. So, 2 plus 4 is 6. And negative 4 plus 2 times 8 ay 2 times 4. So, para masolve natin yan, ito po yung unahin natin. So, 2 times 4 is 8. So, 8 plus 4, 8 plus negative 4 is negative 4. So, paano siya naging negative 4? Kasi, negative ito. And kapag pinlas mo yung 8 plus negative 4, ang magiging sagot po is negative 4. Kasi ito, kumbaga, ito yung utang mo at ito yung pera mo. So, yung 8 is yung pera mo and yung utang mo is 4. So parang nagbayad ka lang ng 4 pesos at yung naging sukli sa'yo is negative 4. So, actually, hindi siya negative 4 kasi dapat 4 lang siya. So let's solve for the rectum. So, 2 plus 4 is 6 and negative 4 minus 2 times 4. So, let's solve for this one po muna. So, 2 times 4 is 8 minus 4 is magiging negative 2. So, ayan po yung answer. ito po yung sa latus, ito po yung sa rectum. So, to solve for the length of the latus rectum, so positive and negative 4p. So our p is 4, so we were going to times 4 times sa p. So 4 times 4 is 16. So you have 16 units. Napapansin nyo ba, kada length ng latus rectum is same sila sa 4p. So if napapansin nyo yan, then so, ayan po yung mga answers sa example number 2. So, if ganyan yung sagot nyo, ibig sabihin, tama ako at tama din po kayo. So, to determine the opening of this equation, kailangan po muna natin alamin kung ano yung klaseng parabola ba siya, kung horizontal ba siya or vertical. So, since nauna po yung x dito, ibig sabihin po is vertical siya, and yung 4p natin is positive. So, ibig sabihin, kung vertical po siya, ang choices po natin is upward or downward. Ang upward po is pag positive yung 4p, and downward po kapag negative 4p. So, this is example number 3. So, sa example number 3, we have upward po. To solve for the general form of this equation, we're going to write down the given. So, since squared po itong part na to, we're going to expand. So, multiply. So, we're going to simplify the equation po. 2 plus 2x plus 2x is 4x. And we're going to ipapasok po natin yung 24y sa loob po ng equal, so magiging negative 24 po yan. And magiging positive 96 po. So, ayan. So, isimplify po ulit natin. So, ayan. So, last na simplify po is, ito na po yung mismong sagot po sa general form. So, ito na po yung sagot. So, bakit siya naging 100? Kasi 96 plus 4 is 100. So, let's solve for the vertex of this given. So, to find our vertex, here is the k and here is the h. Basta po, kapag ang magkasama po lagi is x and h and y and k. Kasi, ganito po yung equation yan. Ganyan po. So, kapag nakita niyo po si x, ito po yung magiging h. Kapag nakita niyo si y, ito po yung magiging y. So, the rules of magkakapalit po ng sign. So, ang h natin is magiging negative 2 and ang k natin is positive 4. So, ito po yung vertex natin. So, to solve for the p units, we have to identify the 4p first. So, basically, ang 4p natin is laging nasa gitna. And ito yung 4p natin, positive. So, we're going to write 4p and 24 kasi positive 24 siya. So, to cancel out the 4 here, we're going to divide both sides by 4. So, cancel out 4. So, the answer will be 24. Since na-cancel out natin yung 4, we're going to divide this 24 over 4 is 6. So, we have these 6 units. So, to find the focus, we're going to use the formula h and k plus p. Kasi, vertical to and upward. So, our h is negative 2 and our k is 4 and our p is 6. So, since walang ini-equal dito, walang isusunod dito, so we're going to bring down 4 plus 6 is 10. So this is the focus po. So, to solve for the directrix, we're going to use the formula y equals k minus p. So, ang k natin is negative 2 and ang p natin is 6. So, therefore, ang sagot po natin ay mali. Ang k po pala natin is 4, sorry. So, ang magiging sagot natin is negative 2. So, ito po yung directrix. So, para ma-solve po natin yung para po mahanap natin yung axis of symmetry, we're going to use the formula x equals h. So, ang h po natin is negative 2. So, this is the axis of symmetry. So, to solve for the latus and rectum, we're going to use the formula h plus 2p and k plus p. And here is h minus 2p and k plus p. So, ang h natin is negative 2 plus 2 and ang p is 6 and k is 4 and ang p is 6. So, yung h natin is negative 2, minus 2 and p natin is 6 and k 4 and p 6. So, pag calculate nyo po to, ang magiging answer is 10 and 4 plus 6 is 10. And here, pag calculate nyo din po siya, isang buo, ang lalabas po dyan is negative 40. And 4 plus 6 is 10. So, ito po yung sa latus, ito po yung sa rectum. Now, to solve for the length of the latus and rectum, we're going to use this as usual. So, our P is 6 and it will be 24 units. Kasi 4 times 6 is 24. So, if napapansin niyo po, is same po ang length of latus and rectum sa 4P. Very good po kayo na napapansin yan. Kasi hindi ko rin po alam bakit lagi silang same. So, yun lang po. This will be 24 units. So, ayan po yung mga answers sa example number 3. And if tama po kayo, and tama rin ako, ibig sabihin po is tama yung pagkakalculate natin. And sana po may natutunan po kayo sa solving na tinalakay po natin ngayon. Yun lang po, maraming salamat po.
And that is the ending of our discussion. I hope you learned something and always take note what Andrew Weil said. Just because you can find the solution, that doesn't mean that there isn't one. Thank you for listening and have a great day. Also, thank you for watching. Bye-bye!